Hi everyone, if you're struggling not getting success, then this video is for you. Nowadays there's one truth in life that nobody can change. Your success is in your hands. It is not in the hands of luck. The only person who has the power to decide your future is you. But the question is, do you believe in yourself? Today we'll talk about it. My name is Muniba Mazari and I'm a motivational speaker. If you find this video fruitful, then you can appreciate me by like and subscribe and start a new journey with me. Let's start the topic. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share something simple yet profoundly powerful with you. I want you to remember this one thing. Sometimes the smallest decisions change the course of our lives. It's not always the big leaps. It's not always the grand gestures. Sometimes it's just 1 hour. 1 hour of intention, 1 hour of courage, 1 hour of hope that can transform the entire story of your life. We often underestimate the power of 1 hour. We tell ourselves that unless we dedicate entire days or weeks to a dream, it will never come to life. But let me ask you this. What if you could start changing your entire life by giving just 1 hour a day to yourself? 1 hour, 60 minutes. In a world where we easily lose countless hours scrolling through social media, worrying about the future, or replaying our past, dedicating 1 hour with clear intention can shift everything. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment. You simply need to decide that today, for 1 hour, you will honor your future self. Imagine what happens when you consciously claim 1 hour for your growth. An hour to pour into the dream that has been quietly waiting inside you. An hour to work on the book you've been meaning to write, the course you've been meaning to start, the business idea you keep hiding in the corners of your mind. 1 hour of learning, of building, of healing. It might seem small, but small things repeated consistently become unstoppable. Mountains are moved by tiny shifts beneath the surface. Rivers carve valleys through persistent flow. Your life, too, can be carved into a masterpiece through 1 committed hour at a time. And the truth is, transformation doesn't require drastic moves. It demands dedication to small, deliberate actions. Life changes not because we make huge declarations, but because we whisper to ourselves, day after day, I will show up for me. And in those sacred 60 minutes, magic starts to happen. The doubts grow quieter. The fear shrinks. Confidence sneaks in, not because you achieved everything yet, but because you honored your commitment to yourself. Many people wait for motivation to strike like lightning, believing that someday they will wake up bursting with energy to change their lives. But motivation is not the beginning, action is. When you show up for 1 hour, even when you don't feel like it, you teach your mind something powerful. That you are serious about your life. That you are serious about your dreams. And the universe begins to respond to that seriousness in ways you cannot imagine. Sometimes we look at our goals and feel overwhelmed. We see the 1,000 steps ahead and freeze, paralyzed by the magnitude of the journey. But you are not asked to take 1,000 steps today. You are simply asked to give 1 hour. 1 hour of faith, 1 hour of focus, 1 hour of believing that your future deserves your time today. And here's the beautiful part. That 1 hour is not lost. It multiplies. Every hour you give compounds quietly like seeds planted under the earth. And though you may not see immediate results, life is at work beneath the surface. Growth is happening. Momentum is building. 1 hour a day may seem too small to change your life. until you realize that 1 hour a day becomes 7 hours a week, becomes 30 hours a month, becomes hundreds of hours a year, and hundreds of hours given to a dream, that changes everything. Dreams are not built in one grand moment of inspiration. They are built in the quiet, determined hours when no one is watching, when you refuse to quit, when you keep watering the seeds, even when nothing seems to be growing. So I ask you today, what could happen if you gave yourself just 1 hour? What could your life look like 1 year from now if you made a small decision today to begin? You owe it to yourself to find out, because your dream, your healing, your strength, they are not waiting for someone else to save them. They are waiting for you to show up, 1 hour at a time. In a world that constantly glorifies quick results, instant gratification, and overnight success, we often forget the quiet power of consistency. We're told that if we want to change our lives, we must go all in, do something radical, take massive action. And yes, intensity can spark movement, but it is consistency that carries the flame. It's not what you do once in a while when motivation is high. It's what you do every single day, especially when no one is watching, that transforms your life. Consistency beats intensity every time. You don't have to run a marathon today, but can you walk a mile every day without fail? You don't have to write an entire book in one weekend, but can you write a paragraph every night before bed? You don't have to conquer your fears in one dramatic gesture, but can you face them gently a little more each day? The people who create real change in their lives are not necessarily the ones who move the fastest. They are the ones who refuse to stop. So intensity is loud, it looks impressive, it grabs attention, but often it fades just as quickly as it appeared. Consistency is quiet. It is humble. It doesn't seek applause, but it builds something powerful over time. And that power is what will carry you through every storm. Because when the excitement wears off, and it always will, consistency is what keeps you going. So many people burn out not because they don't care, but because they try to do too much too soon. They sprint at the beginning only to lose breath halfway. But life is not a race, it's a journey. You are not here to impress anyone with how fast you change. You are here to evolve, to rise, and to keep rising. One step at a time. And sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is simply not give up. The truth is, consistency requires faith. Faith that even if you don't see results today, they're being built. Faith that every drop of effort is adding to the ocean of your transformation. And that kind of faith is not built in comfort. It is built in the decision to keep going, especially when the progress feels invisible, especially when you're tired, especially when the world doesn't clap for you. I want to remind you, the most beautiful changes often happen in silence. A seed doesn't make noise when it grows, but day by day, it pushes through the darkness until it reaches the sun. Your consistency is your silent rebellion against doubt. It's your quiet revolution. It's your way of saying, no matter how long this takes, I will not abandon myself. Don't chase intensity for applause. Embrace consistency for peace. Because when you are consistent, you build trust with yourself. And that trust becomes your power. It becomes the reason you rise every morning and show up for your dreams, even if the world isn't watching, even if the path isn't clear. And slowly, beautifully, the results come, not as explosions, but as gentle shifts. Your energy changes. your confidence grows. Your life bends quietly toward the version of you that you were always meant to become. Let the world run wild with bursts of passion. Let others chase the next big thing. You, my friend, stay rooted. Stay steady. Because consistency is not about perfection. It's about commitment. It's about showing up again and again and again with love, with purpose, with courage. And when you do that, you don't just change your habits, you change your identity. You become the person who does not quit. You become the person who finishes what they start. And in a world full of distractions, that is your greatest strength. There will be days when your dreams feel 1,000 miles away. Days when the path is so foggy you can barely see the next step, let alone the destination. And it's in those moments when doubt whispers the loudest that you must choose to keep investing in your dreams. Even when they seem distant, even when they feel impossible, especially when no one else understands why you are still holding on. Dreams are not fragile, they are resilient, but they need your belief. They need your daily investment of time, energy, faith, even when the evidence of success is nowhere in sight. So many people give up not because they lack the talent or the heart, but because they stop believing when things get quiet. They expect dreams to move fast, to show immediate reward. But real dreams, the ones worth living for, often require you to work in silence for a long time before they shout their presence to the world. You must be willing to build when no one is clapping, to sow seeds even when the soil looks barren, to show up when you are the only one who can see the vision. Because the distance you feel today is only temporary. The breakthrough is closer than you think. You see, investing in your dreams is not about grand gestures or dramatic moments. It's about the simple, repeated choice to honor what's inside of you. It's about writing a single page when you feel uninspired. It's about practicing your craft when no opportunity is knocking. It's about preparing yourself quietly for a life you believe you are worthy of living. The world may not reward you right away, but the reward isn't just the destination, it's who you become on the journey. One of the greatest lies you will ever hear is that if it doesn't happen fast, it's not meant for you. But dreams are not microwavable. They are handcrafted. They are earned through resilience, patience, and relentless hope. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is invest even harder when the dream feels farthest away. Because what feels like distance is often just preparation. It's the universe clearing the path. It's life building your strength. It's your own soul growing in ways you cannot yet measure. Every small investment counts. Every hour you dedicate, every skill you sharpen, every moment you resist giving up, it all adds up. Nothing is wasted, even the mistakes, even the failures, especially the failures. They're not signs that you are too far. They are signs that you are moving, that you are learning, that you are in motion towards something magnificent. And if you stay in motion even slowly, you will get there. So I ask you today, with all the love in my heart, are you willing to invest in something even when you can't see the results yet? Are you willing to be loyal to your dream even when the world seems indifferent? Because that loyalty, that faithfulness to the unseen is what separates those who live their dreams from those who simply wish for them. Your dream chose you for a reason. Don't abandon it just because the road is long. Walk it 1 hour, 1 step, 1 heartbeat of belief at a time. And remember, the dream you are nurturing today, the dream you are quietly feeding even when it feels far away, It is growing stronger. It is finding its roots deep within you, and one day, when you least expect it, it will bloom so beautifully, it will take your breath away. Not because it arrived suddenly, but because you never gave up when it seemed far. You stayed, you built, you believed. And that, my dear friend, is how you turn distance into destiny. Healing is often misunderstood. We imagine it as a grand event, a single breathtaking moment where all the pain suddenly dissolves and we rise whole and unbroken. But healing does not arrive all at once. Healing happens slowly, quietly, tenderly. One choice, 1 hour at a time. It is not a destination you rush to. It is a journey you choose again and again. Even on the days when your heart feels too heavy to carry forward. Healing is not loud. Healing is choosing to show up for yourself, even when it hurts. There will be mornings when you wake up still carrying the weight of yesterday. There will be nights when memories haunt you and tears come without warning. And in those moments, the world might tell you to move on or get over it. But healing asks something different. It asks for patience. It asks for presence. It asks for you to be gentle with yourself, to understand that even surviving 1 more hour with an open heart is a victory. You do not have to heal overnight. You only have to make the decision, one small choice at a time, to lean toward wholeness. Every hour you choose not to give up is a sacred act of healing. Every time you speak kindly to yourself when your mind is flooded with doubt, you are healing. Every moment you forgive, not because it's easy, but because you refuse to carry the poison any longer, you are healing. Every boundary you set, every tear you allow to fall, every breath you take with courage instead of fear adds another stitch to the fabric of your recovery. Healing is a mosaic of these tiny, powerful acts of love toward yourself. It is easy to think that because progress feels slow, it isn't happening. But nothing could be further from the truth. Healing grows underground first, where no one can see it. It roots itself deep within you, strengthening the foundation you need to stand tall again. There are victories happening inside of you that no one else can witness. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. You are simply in the middle of becoming. And becoming is not a race, it's a miracle, unfolding one choice at a time. Some days, choosing healing will look like courage. Other days, it will look like rest. Some days, it will feel like hope. Other days, it will feel like survival. All of it matters. All of it counts. There is no wrong way to heal, as long as you do not abandon yourself along the way. Even when the pain rises, even when the path feels lonely, healing is not about pretending you are okay. It is about knowing you are worthy of taking the time